motor drive part 2. So I got it all back together. There's the motor and the drive. The only problem I have with this, I pressed new bearings in that counter drive, and this is called the concentric drive. It's off center. It just drives on one edge of that belt. Oh, try to get a picture of that. You see that? It's a funky looking deal. But, you know, it works. The only problem is this drive wheel driven pulley was put together originally by a taper pin in here, and the taper pinhole in the shaft and the wheel is wallered out, the pulley. So I put it on with the taper pin, and it vibrated real bad and squeaked, and plus it's off center, it's got a wobble to it, but it won't hurt a damn thing. I put it in with a bolt. That's how they had it before. I tried the taper pin and the taper's fucked up. I'm going to replace it with a standard A pulley and a bushing lock bushing that locks on that shaft. But it looks good. It's pretty. What I did, I wired it through there and got it all in green filled, going back to the back of the junction box in there, and that's very thick. I had to tap 16 holes. This piece here, this piece, that's a new bed, and that come off the old tool room model. That was off a cabinet model. So I had to drill and tap all them. I drill and tap both the holes in there. I had 4, 6, I think 6 or 8 drill and taps through the bed. I drill and tap the lock nut on this shaft right here. The flashlight is. All the way on the end there's a lock pin, and that consists of an Allen wrench. I think it's 5/16, and I had to bang it out, drill it out, and then re-tap it to 3/8. But I got it all back together. I'm going to leave that switch. I put that new plug in here. What I'm going to do, this is my temporary. Of course, most of you know I'm a licensed electrician, so I know how to do this. I've done thousands of drives and motors. But don't do this. But this is my temporary. What I'm going to do, I'm coming out my box, piece of conduit, I'm going to run probably 3/4, and then make a little T-post down here, down in here somewhere. I can reach up and switch it with the disconnect, and then make it up with a piece of green film to come in the box right up through here. And I'm going to keep that switch. I put a double gang box on that thing with a switch, well, a disconnect and a switch for that plug. That's a good thing. That'll be a dedicated plug. So let's run it. I've only got a bit left to do. I've got the whole new deal in here, and I'm going to send off my cross lights and stuff. Let me show you what they call it, the compound and all that. I need help putting that on, because you have to slide it in there and bolt it here and drop the lead screw support. So that's a 2-man job, but it's all put together. So really all I have left is the cross slide and the compound. Some minor adjustments in here. So I'm going to, the bearing adjustments, blah blah. I'm not going into that. The South Bend goobers, they all know how that's done. I don't have to even go into that. One thing interesting, you don't see this often. Every screw in this thing, well, look at this. I blued them all. Whatever I had going in the bluing tank at the time, I've had some different things for different folks, and so some of them are nitrate blued, some are caustic, some are even rust blued. Rust blued does have something going for one of the local guys in here. So how about that? Literally every screw is blued, which, you know, who cares? This is a 1980s bed. I put on this 1953 lathe. So to be honest with you, I was going to junk it if I couldn't do better with the bed. The old bed's out there, it's worn out. I'll give it away or make yard art out of it. But this sucker here, there is nowhere on this. It's flame hardened. It's like new. So I've got a ways to go. This is all rebuilt. Everything's rebuilt. Let's see if it works. Let's go forward. Now that wobble in that shaft, it's got a little, you can hear that belt. That's because it's not on center. It's got a wobble to it. It won't do anything other than just wear the belt out prematurely. But I don't like it. I'm gonna, like I say, replace it. But you know, it sounds good. How it works is this. And this is the main drive here on the headstock. It's a 3-cone pulley, and you adjust that up and down and move the belt to different positions on these 3-cone pulleys. The motor just drives the pulley. And that's the quick version. And of course, you know, I'm just now getting back on it. Those are the floods in Texas here. They've been keeping me busy for a while. I've had time to play with it for a little bit. But I don't like that wobble. That's got to go. So, like I said, I'll put a regular A drive and a bushing and an A drive pulley on that thing. It's more annoying to me than anybody. But that's it. Yeah. Trying to get it ready to polish this. Not really polished. I just cleaned it up in the pan. I'll keep it like that for a while. If I want to paint it, I'll paint it. You know, I'll get it all prettied up, and then make a bloody mess out of it when I start cutting stuff. I got these handles out there painted for the pedestal, and it's all a good deal. I'm happy with it. Alright, so one thing we did a little different on that side. It's got a different kind of harmonics to it in reverse. It's on that belt drive. But one thing I had done is I made up everything in the motor. That's kind of a forward reversible motor, single phase. But I made everything up through conduit through this box here where they did have the power coming in. The guy said it was wired 110. It was wired, or 220 wired 110. But I just use that as a pull box. I also use this main junction box primarily as a pull box to pull everything in their switch over here. And so I've eliminated, like, I don't know, 14 different electrical connections, 5 or 6 down there, and then another 5 or 6 up here in this box. And I'm from the school. All this old wiring was smoked. It's all burnt and stuff inside. Stripping this black on the outside, all the stranded copper. So that's all new THHN wiring throughout. And I think I soldered the connection, crimped them. So the fewer connections, the better. And that's it. That's my monster. I'm working on it. How about that?